we can start by lying on your back and have your knees together. So you can align on your back, and then we're going to drop the knees. So the knees are touching your feet, or about a little bit wider than your hip. We can start in this position. You start in this position. You can place your hands on one hand on the belly, your navel area, and one hand on the chest. And then just, while you're here, just breathing into your hands. Just feel your hands moving as you breathe. Notice each breath that comes in. Notice breath as moves out. Be aware of the movement in your navel region. Be aware of the movement around your chest. Notice the muscles on your face. Can you relax the muscles on your face? Can you relax your eyes? Can you relax your jaw? Can you relax your tongue, the root of the tongue?
Okay, you're good to go.
If you're just joining us, we're starting by lying on our backs. We have our feet about hip width apart, with the knees slightly, with the knees together, touching, and bringing awareness to the coming and the going of your breath. Notice how your breathing helps the body to slow down. Notice how your breathing allows the body to become still. And then when we're ready here, let's take the right knee and then bring your right knee towards your chest. The right knee in. Can you turn off your speaker? Can you mute yourself? Sam, can you mute yourself? Great. So you bring the right knee into your chest. And just again, breathing into the area around your lower back, your glutes. And then from here, what I'd like you to do is to take your hands into the back of your leg, and then you can extend your leg up. So we've got a hamstring stretch here. Your leg might be a little bit bent, that's okay. Yeah. And just do what you can and breathe into the back of the leg, into the lower back, into the glutes. You can broaden your foot, spread your toes. And then on an exhalation, we're going to slowly, we're going to here, just slowly place the right ankle on your left thigh, and then draw the left knee towards the chest. Thread the needle posture. You can take hold of your shin, or you can take hold of the back of the leg as you draw the knee towards the chest. And I'd like to do here is just to move, rock from side to side, just to see where I'm holding any tension. Just to kind of find out where the tight spots are. So just very slowly and gently moving from side to side. And when you find that area, then you could just pause and breathe into the stretch, into the tightness. Lovely. And then from here, what I'd like you to do, I want you to take your right hand on your right knee, and then just straighten your left leg out to the side. So you're going to pull your right knee towards your chest and then extend your left leg out to the side. Really open the leg out to the side. Good. And we stay here for a few moments. You can point your right toes and then you can flex the left toes. Long, smooth breath. Long and steady breath. And then when we're ready, we release, place both feet onto the floor. And then take the left knee towards your chest, hug your left knee in. With your right foot, you can press your right foot into the ground as you draw your left knee towards your chest. We're starting off slowly, tuning in, checking in. Notice how you feel. Notice where you're holding tension. Be aware of your breath. And then when you're ready, we go into the hamstring stretch. We extend the left leg. And take your hands on the back of the knee, or the back of the thigh. Flexing the toes. Broadening your foot. Smooth and steady breathing. And then on your next exhalation, let's come into thread the needle posture. Look at the second side. So left ankle on the left thigh. Bring your right knee towards your chest. Take hold of the right thigh, or take hold of the right shin bone. Draw the knee towards your chest. And breathe. And then you can again move slowly to the right, slowly to the left. Notice where you're holding tension in that left glute, in the left hip. So as you move, you'll be able to kind of navigate your way into the area where you're holding the stress, tension. And then once you've found that area, you can breathe into the area where you're holding tension. You could also back off if it's too much. If your face is uncomfortable, try to relax it. Try to keep your breath smooth and long. Beautiful. And then we're going to release. So when we release, we take hold of the left knee with your left hand, and then just extend your right leg out to the right. Point your left toes and your left knee to the chest. So opening the back of the leg, smooth and long breath. Fantastic. And then when you're ready, you can release your legs. And then bring the knees over your chest. Take your hands out in line with your shoulders. We're going to take a twist here. So on an exhalation, we're going to slowly drop your knees. So let's do this. Let's move the hips to the right and then drop your knees to the left. Drop your legs to the left. So hips to the right and then gently dropping your legs to the left. Allow your shoulders to relax. A lot of space across the upper chest, collarbone. If you need to weigh your legs down, you could bring your hand or your arm on top of the leg to provide some weight to anchor the legs to the floor. Feet are active. And again, just tuning into your breathing. Smooth, steady breathing. And then when you're ready, you're going to use your abdominal muscles and your inhalation to bring the legs back to the center. Shifting the hips over to the left. Lower your legs onto the right side, second side. And again, you could place your right arm on top of the leg to provide some weight. And a long, smooth breath, gently turning through your belly and the ribs. Notice how your breath is coming in and out through your nostrils. Slowly and gently, when you inhale, use the abdominals to lift your legs back to center. Hug your knees into your chest, and then just gently bring your head, your forehead to your knees, rounding your back. Squeezing your belly and your thighs, tops of your thighs together. Exhale, and then release. Roll onto one side, and let's come up onto all fours. We come onto our hands and knees. So in this posture, cat-cow, we want to place the knees under the hips. We're placing your wrists under your shoulders. You're going to press your toes and the tops of the feet into the floor. And press your hands into the floor. And then grip with your fingertips. So you kind of like grip the mat with your fingertips. And then from here, as we inhale, we're going to lift the chest. And contract the abdominal. And separate your sitting bones. And then on the exhalation, we're going to reverse that position. So you're going to round your back, draw the navel to the spine, chin to chest, look to belly. Inhale, and again, we're going to open the chest, grounding your hands and feet. Lift it. And let's do that a few more times in your own rhythm. Find your rhythm and then just moving from cat to cow. Your breath is coordinated with each movement. Let's do another 2 times in your own. And when you've completed the 2 times, come back to a neutral position. And we're going to do the side cat. Once we're here, we're going to turn the head to look towards your feet. You're feeling that you're stretching your side body. You can bend your elbows as well if that helps you to turn. And then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, turn to look towards your feet. Good. And we do that a few more times. Just going to turn to look to your feet. We're trying to create a little bit of opening in the side of the body, side ribs, the outer hips and the outer waist. Beautiful. Let's do one more time on each side. And then when you're happy, come back to the center. Good. And then from this position, we're going to do like this. So you bring your wrist back underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to take the right knee. You're going to lift your right knee. So I'll turn around so you can see Fela here. Right knee lifts. Bring the knee towards your elbow. Extend the leg back so you've got straight leg. Cross your leg over to the left. And then just kind of tap the floor over on your left side. And then you bring the knee towards your elbow. In. Beautiful. And then take it back, leg extends. Take it over towards your left to touch the floor. Good. And let's do that another 4 times. So inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, extend the leg, and then take it over to the left to touch the floor. And again, inhale, knee to the elbow. Exhale, extend, and take the leg over to your left side. So we do 2 more. And then the last one, when you're ready. Beautiful. And then from here, just take your right leg out to the side, so it's in line with your hips. And then we come up to standing. This is called the gate posture. So I'm going to change my position so you could see exactly what I'm doing here. So we're standing here. So my knee is in line with my hip. My foot can turn out to the side, or you can have the foot facing forward. Okay? And then the first option we do here, we're going to place the hand on top of the thigh, like so. And then we take the left arm up, opening up the left side of the body. You might walk your fingers down a little, opening up on your left side, the side ribs, the hips. And then your pubic bone moves slightly forward, your tailbone moving forward, and then pull your belly in and up, engaging the core. Steady and smooth breathing. And then inhale, slowly coming all the way up. Good. So we're going to place the hand on the floor on the outside, so you can come onto your palm. And then from there, slowly taking that right arm over your ear. So now we're opening up on the right side. Smooth, steady breathing. And then with an inhalation, you slowly bring yourself back up to the center. Great. And then from here, we're going to bring the left hand down on the floor in front of you. Good. And then taking your right arm up, we're twisting here. So you could turn your head and your trunk towards the right arm. Feel that rotation in your upper body. Each time you exhale, you might find yourself moving a little deeper into the twist, or not. Fantastic. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly, gently bring your hands to the floor, coming back onto all fours. And then we're going to do the same on the left side. So we're going to bring that left knee towards the elbow. And then as we exhale, we extend the leg and then take it over to the right, touch the floor with your toes. Inhale, and then bring the knee towards you. Exhale, and then extend that leg back, take it over to the right. Good. So we do 3 more times. And then coming on to your last one. And then take your leg, when you're ready, out to the side. And then we come up. So your knee is in line with your hip. You bring your pubic bone forward, sacrum forward. Beautiful, you're steady on your legs. And then when you're ready, place your left hand on your left leg. Take the right arm up. Beautiful. And then just gently lean over to your left side. Stretching to the fingertips. Create space in your side of body, in the side body. Breathe into your side body. Inhale, and then come back towards the center. Exhale, bring your hand onto the floor. Beautiful. And then from here, take your left arm over your heel. So you reach into that left arm. So now we're opening up on the left side of the body. And then continue to keep your pubic bone moving forward. Good. Stretching into the fingertips. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to inhale and then slowly come back up. And then from this position, your right hand will come down onto the floor. That right hand is kind of like somewhere between your knee and your midline. And then take your left arm all the way up, twisting. So what's on the floor, you ground, press into the floor. And feel the rotation in your upper body, shoulders, stretch the arms up. Steady and smooth breath. Fantastic. Exhale, slowly release the arms. Beautiful. Come into a child posture for a moment, so you can have your big toes together. Knees are about as wide as your mat. And then just come to sit in child posture. Rest your forehead on the floor, tip of the nose, maybe touching the floor. We stay here for 5 deep breaths. Observing the work you just did on yourself. And then when we're ready, from this position, we're going to move into a downward facing dog. So you could lift up, feet are about hip width apart. You could curl your toes under, and then downward dog. So from the downward dog, you're going to lift your hip creases, grounding your hands, your fingers, spread your fingers, and then relax the head and neck. So for downward dog, you can work with your knees slightly bent if your hamstrings are short, tight. Yeah. If you're happy there and there's no pain, you can work with straight legs. So lengthening and breathing here. We're going to inhale and step your feet between your hands. Walk your feet between your hands. We can take our feet about hip width apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine here. Ardha Uttanasana. And then as we exhale, we fold forward, bringing your upper body, your belly close to your thighs. You can soften your knees. And then you could take hold of your elbows. Let your head and neck relax. See if you can shift the weight into the fronts of your heels. Allow your spine to completely release forward. Let the spine completely release forward. Legs doing most of the work. The upper body is releasing forward. And then breathe slowly, smoothly. And then from where we are, we're going to do very slowly, gently, release the arms, and then just rolling up, curling up. So you can bring your hands above your knees and just push yourself up, heading like coming up last, and come all the way up. Good. So we're standing in the mountain posture here. So what I'd like you to do here, in your mountain posture, is have your feet together, heels slightly parted, standing up tall. Beautiful. We're going to take the arms and stretch them all above the head, fingers pointing up towards the sky, heels and feet grounding into the earth. And then with your left hand, you're going to take hold of your right wrist. Beautiful. And then you're going to take your right hips over to the right. So you're open again into the side of the body. You're gently pushing your hips out to the right. Gently pulling on the right wrist. opening up in the side. Inhale, slowly come up to center. Good. Change, take hold of your left wrist. Good. Extend upwards, and then move the hips over to the left side. Again, smooth, steady breath. Strong and powerful legs. You squeeze your legs together. Keep those lower ribs back, moving back into the body. Inhaling, slowly come back to center. Exhale, and then releasing the arms. Yeah. So from here, we're going to take our hands behind the back. We're going to interlock the fingers. Yeah. And we're going to pull the hands and the arms away from each other. And then stretch your arms back. So you pull, bring hands and the arms away. So you're causing some resistance there. Lift your chest. And then here, you could take your feet about hip width apart if you haven't done so already. Lift the chest. And then as we exhale, we take a forward bend. So you can soften your knees, bring your belly onto your thighs, take your arms over your head towards the floor. And again, pull your arms apart, your hands, taking your arms a little bit closer to the floor. Draw the shoulder blades together. And then slow and steady breath. You can soften the knees, so make sure that there's no tension in the backs of your knees. And then slowly, when you're ready, you're going to exhale, release your hands, bring your hands to the floor. Yeah. And then from here, let's step the left foot back, left foot onto the floor. Good. And we're coming into a lunge. So you can bring your your left knee onto the floor and the top of your left foot on the floor. Lift your chest in this lunge. Yeah. If you're happy here, yeah, if you go a little higher, you could bring your hands onto your hips, draw your elbows back, lift your chest. With your hands, you're pressing your hips down and then lengthening your spine, lifting your spine up. Good. The back of your skull lifting up, your chin gently lifting. And then if you're happy there, then take your arms above your head. So just feeling the space you created in the side of your body as you reach up through your arms. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take a hamstring stretch. So we're going to walk the toes slightly forward. Come onto the back in the center of your right heel, straighten that leg. Like so. Good. So you press the back and the center of the heel into the ground, and then you lengthen your spine. You might even want to take your hands a little bit closer towards your foot, if that is doable. If not, then just keep your hands where they are. If you have a block, you could bring your hands on blocks. You're just breathing into that hamstring stretch, breathing into the back of the leg, flaring your toes, grounding the back of the heel, lengthening your spine. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to slowly place your foot back onto the floor. Bring your right hand on the inside of your foot. We're going to kind of turn. So we come to the center of your mat with your legs wide. You've got wide-legged forward bend. Great. So once you're there, place your palms or your fingertips under your shoulders, lengthen your spine. Beautiful. Lift the chest. Good. And then from here, we're going to take a forward bend. So we're going to walk the hands slowly back so they're in line with your feet. Bend your elbows. And then just taking your head, or the top of your head, towards the floor. It may not touch. Yeah, that's okay. So, and if you need to bend your knees slightly, you can soften your knees. Yeah. Your elbows are bending. And then you draw your elbows towards your midline. So you're bringing your elbows towards your midline, and you're lifting your shoulder blades away from the ears. Inner legs actively working. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, inhale, lengthen your spine, come back onto your fingertips, lift your chest. Good. And then from here, we're going to slowly turn the left foot out, come over to the other side. So bring your right knee down, bring the top of your right foot onto the floor. Okay. Bring your fingers on the floor, lift your chest, lunge. And then when we're ready to, we can bring our hands onto the hips. So you're kind of drawing your hips. So as you have your hands on your hips, it's like you're trying to pull your hips down and then lengthen your spine up. The belly lifts and contracts lightly. That helps to support your back. Lifting the back of the skull, lift your chin. And if you're happy there, then you take your arms and take them above your head. Steady and smooth breath. Exhale, and then bring your hands to the floor. We take the hamstring stretch, so you might walk your toes out a little, and then come onto the base or the back of your heel. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine. And then if it's comfortable, you can maybe bring your hands close to your feet. So keep the action of pressing the back of the heel down into the floor, and then just kind of try to pull the heel towards your hip. So there's a little bit of traction action there. You press the heel down, and then you pull it towards your hip. Steady and smooth breath. You stay for one more breath. And then when you're ready, you can place your foot on the floor, bring your hands again around to the center, come into a wide-legged forward bend. Good. So this time we're going to take the hands and we're going to place the hands around the ankles, or we can grab the big toes. Yeah, so your first two fingers and your thumb, the peace fingers and your thumb, go around the big toes if you take the big toes, or you take your ankles or your shins. Inhale, lengthen the spine really well. And then exhale, lifting your elbows, lift your shoulder blades, and then bringing your head towards the floor. So the outer edges of your feet are connecting with the earth. You engage your inner legs, so the inner thighs, actively working. Steady and smooth breath. Yep. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Beautiful. And then from here, we turn the right foot out. Come to the front of your mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Lovely. And then from the downward facing dog, we're going to bend the knees, yeah? And we're going to step your feet between your hands once again. Have your feet about hip width apart. And the same here, we're going to use the first two fingers, your peace fingers, and your thumbs to capture your big toes. Yeah? And then we're going to lengthen the spine really well here. So lift your chest, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, you're going to bend the elbows, lift the elbows. You can soften your knees, bring your upper body towards your legs. So you pull on your big toes, and then you press your fingers down into the floor. So you're pulling on the big toes, and then you're pressing the fingers into the floor. Lifting your sitting bone. Lifting your elbows, lifting your shoulder blades. Beautiful. Inhale, come up, lengthen your spine. You could bring your hands onto your shins, lengthen your spine. Exhale, yeah, bring your hands onto your waist. And then inhale, slowly come all the way up to standing. Fantastic. And then from the front of the mat, we're going to step the feet nice and wide. Okay? So about as wide as you had in the previous posture. Great. Now from here, what I'd like you to do is to turn your turn your left foot all the way out. Okay? And then turn your right toe in just a little. We're coming into warrior two posture. So you're going to bend your knee. So your knee is above the ankle. The shin bone is vertical. Extend your arm. And then that back leg is really, really strong. So grounding the outer edge of the foot, engaging the thigh, breathing deeply. And try to keep the spine upright. So we're not leaning forward or leaning backwards. To keep the spine upright. Beautiful. Inhale, straight leg. Beautiful. Exhale. We're going to bend that knee once again and then place your forearm onto the thigh. Good. And then use that forearm to help you to turn and to rotate your chest. So as you press down with your forearm, turn and rotate your chest. Good. And then taking your right arm over the ear. Good. So we're side bending, rotating, keeping that back leg nice and strong. Good. So if your arm can't go over your head, you could also keep the arm just extended up to the ceiling if it doesn't work by floating over the ear. Fantastic, guys. And then we're going to inhale, come back into warrior. And then exhale, straighten the legs. Bring your hands onto your hips. Let's turn your left foot in and then turn the right foot all the way out. Beautiful. Extend the arm. You're grounding your feet, strong legs. Exhale, and then bend the knee. So when you bend the knee, just make sure your body stays upright. So your body is in the mountain posture with the arms out. So imagine you're standing in mountain posture and you have your arms taking out to the side. That's what your body is representing right now. So you're not leaning forward or leaning back. You stay upright. Good. And if it's come to you, turn to look to your right fingers. Beautiful. Inhale, straight leg. Take a little breather there. Exhale, bend your knee and then bring your forearm onto the thigh. Turn the chest and trunk well. Yeah. And then when you're happy, take the arm over the ear. So I like to turn the head so that the nose is close to your armpit. Keep that back leg really strong. Press the heel, the outer edge of the foot, the ball into the floor to activate your back leg. Fantastic. And then inhale, warrior two. Exhale, release that leg. Bring your hands down to turn your feet. You just take a moment here. Inhale, take your arms above your head. Beautiful. Then we turn the left foot all the way up. Your hips, yeah, facing towards your left. And then with your right foot, you're going to turn the right foot a little bit. So it turns your hip also. Keep the arms up. You could bring your palms together if that works. And then from here, we're going to go warrior one. We're going to bend the knee and then look up. Send your arms up. And breathe. So you're looking towards your thumb. You've got 90 degrees in that front leg. The back leg is really, really strong. Reaching up. Good. And then exhale, lower your arms, straighten your leg. The back leg comes in just a little bit. So step your back foot in a little. Good. You can take your hands behind your back, grab your elbow, like so. Or you can bring your palms into a prayer position and have your palms on your back in the prayer position. We're going to inhale, lift the chest, bring the weight onto your back leg, keep that back leg strong. Exhale, come forward from your hip creases, keep the back leg nice and strong as you bring your belly towards the thigh. So if you need to bend your knee here, you can bend your knee slightly, soften the knee, relax your head down. If you have your palms together, press your palms together, lift your elbows. If you're grabbing your elbows, grab the elbows, lift the elbows. Steady and smooth breath. Lovely. Exhale, bring your hands onto the floor. Yeah. So from this position, with your hands on the floor, we're going to come into a posture called the standing split. So you're going to shift the weight onto your left leg, lift your right heel, and then see if you can take your right leg up. Doesn't matter how far up you take it. You can relax your head down, lift your leg up. Breathing in the shade, lifting your leg. You can be on your fingertips, you could be on your palms. Lovely. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly find the floor again with your hands. Beautiful. And then inhale, slowly coming up. Lovely. And then let's turn the feet facing the other way. So again, we're going to bring our arms above the head again. So let's do like this. Let's come back to the center. Bring the arms over your head. Great. Turn the right foot all the way out. And then pivot on the ball of your left foot. And then square your hips. Reach up. Beautiful. And then when we're ready, we exhale, bending the knee, coming into warrior one. Through the drop from the left. So if you have your palms together, press the palms together to activate your arms. Back leg strong, lifting the chest, lifting the ribs, grounding your feet. Beautiful. And then as we exhale, lower the arms, straighten the leg. Good. And then from here, just bring your back leg in just a tiny bit. Good. And then bringing your hands over, grabbing your elbow, or taking your hands into the reverse prayer behind your back. Good. And then inhale, with your pinky finger, if you have it there, just kind of lift your chest and then bring the weight into your back leg as you lift your heart. Keep that weight on your back leg and then start to come forward from your hip crease. So that back leg is really strong. Keeping that weight on the back leg. You can soften your right knee and then coming forward. Lovely. Press the palms together. Ground your feet. Smooth and long breath. Exhale, and then bring your hands onto the floor. Beautiful. And then from here, just shifting the weight into the right leg, peeling the left heel above the floor. Let's move into the standing split. So lifting left leg, relaxing the head and neck down. Exhale, slowly, gently lower the leg, down to the floor. Beautiful. And then from here, let's just take both legs back, coming into downward dog. So walk your legs back, downward dog. Lengthen, breathe. And then from the downward dog, bend your knees, bring your knees onto the floor, come down to sit on your heels. Lovely. So we're gonna just take the legs nice and wide. So just sit with your legs wide here. Good. So with the legs wide, we're gonna sit with the spine upright. We're gonna take your right foot, bring your right leg in like so. Good. And then your left leg is extended out. Okay. And then we're going to sit up tall. Bring your left forearm maybe onto the left thigh like so. Or if you're more comfortable, you might bring the left forearm onto the floor like so. Good. And then your body is turning. So you rotate your body to the right. Yeah, so you rotate your body to the right. And then from here, if it feels comfortable, then just extend the arm above your head. You can take your head, you can look down, you could look out to the side, or you could turn your head to look up. Whichever feels more comfortable for your neck. Reach into your fingers. Breathing into that opening in the side body. Beautiful. Exhale, bend your elbow. Yeah. Inhale, just take the arm up again. Reach into the fingers. One more time. Exhale, bend the elbow. Take the arm back. Inhale and extend into your fingers. Good. Inhale and then slowly come all the way up. Good. Bring both hands on the floor, either side of your foot. Lengthen your spine. And then start to come forward from your hip crease. If you need to bend your knee a little, then you could also bend your knee slightly to bring your belly onto your thigh as you come forward. So flare your toes, Spread your toes, breathe. Fantastic. And then inhaling, walking the arms back up. Good. Straight leg. Yeah. And then let's do the same of the other side. Bring your left foot in. Good. Bring your right arm onto the thigh or maybe on the floor. Turning the chest and trunk when you're ready. And then last option, just take that arm and extend it over the head. Keep breathing in that position. Good. And then when you're ready, exhale, bend your elbow. Good. And then inhale, extend that arm. Again. Beautiful. And then one more time, exhale, bend the elbow slowly. Inhale, and open up. Breathing smoothly, steady breath. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, come all the way up. Good. And then bring both hands onto the either side of your foot. Then you come forward, you're going to lift your chest, and then coming forward from the hip crease. And if that's really uncomfortable, bend your knee, soften, lighten the posture to make it more doable. Fantastic, guys. And then when you're ready, inhale, slowly come all the way up. Good. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. This is called Baddha Konasana, the cobbler posture. The soles of the feet together. You're going to inhale and then lengthen your spine here. And then as we exhale, we're going to come forward from the hip creases. So you might not come down that far. You might just be like a couple of millimeters. Yeah, we just come down. But looking to keep your spine nice and long. So if you see from the side, just this a little, you see me from the side. So I'm trying to keep that spine long, come forward. It doesn't matter how far I come forward. And then once you've got the length, you can allow the back to round a little. Maybe your forearms on the floor, maybe you keep hold of your feet. Yeah, so watch your shoulders. Notice what your shoulders are doing. So in that posture, the shoulder blades tend to rise up into your neck. So try to keep your shoulders down as you come forward. Yeah. And again, breathe in your chest. You close your eyes and allow the breath to move in and out slowly. Fantastic. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, yeah, and then come up. And then we're going to do another variation on that. So we're going to bring the feet a little bit further away from us. It's called the, what do they call this one? I forget now. Tortoise, like the tortoise posture. So your feet should have been close to your groins now. You take them a little bit further away. Okay. And then you can place your hands either onto your feet or you take them under your feet, under your legs, sorry, to capture your feet like so. And then you're going to lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Good. And then you're going to bring your head down towards your feet or wherever your head lands. That's fine. So you can press the outer edges of your feet together. You can press the balls of your feet together, and then you could separate and spread your toes in that position. So press and separate your toes will help you to keep the muscles around your legs, around your knees active. But opening the toes, press the balls of the feet together, press the outer edges of your feet together, soften your shoulders, smooth and steady breath. Fantastic. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, slowly, gently, coming all the way out. Good. And then we're going to do like this. So we're going to come to lie on our back. And just coming onto your back. Beautiful. You're going to take your hands to maybe grab the outer edges of your mat. Your feet are about hip width apart. And then from this position, we're going to slowly, gently peel the spine off the floor, coming up into the bridge. You can move your shoulder blades under the back. If you're holding the outer edges of your mat, pull on the outer edges of your mat. Pull with your hands on the outer edges of your mat. Lifting your outer hip, lift your chest towards your chin, grounding your feet, the back of your head, and your arms. Fantastic. And then when you're ready, you're going to exhale, slowly, gently release to come down. And then bring the soles of the feet together, let your knees drop to the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana. Let's stay here for a few moments. Breathe. And then when we're ready, let's do that one more time. So we're coming into the bridge posture one more time. So you take your hands on the outer edges of your feet, outer edges of your mat, grab your mat. And then you're going to slowly, gently peel your spine off the floor, lifting the pubic bone, lift your chest. See if you can work your shoulder blades under your back. There's a lot of space in the neck. You don't want any tension in the neck. No compression in the neck. Lift. Now, if you're really happy here, if you feel comfortable there, yeah, see if you can lift your heels, come onto the balls of your feet, and maybe walk your feet back just a little bit. Good. Stay on your heels. Good. And if you feel comfortable there still, maybe bring your hands to support your lower back, the smalls of your back. So you're going to bring your hands there. Notice how that feels on your wrists, on your elbows. Can you bring your elbows under your back? Tuck your elbows under your back. Good. And if that still feels comfortable, you might want to lift one leg, take one knee to your chest, and then point your toes to the sky. Yeah. You're pointing your toes towards the sky. Beautiful. And then on an exhalation, you can lower the leg. Beautiful. And then inhale, take the second side when you're ready to do so. And so really point your toe towards the sky. Breathe slowly, smoothly. Good. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly, gently release from all the way down. Good. And then let's take a happy baby posture. Yeah. If you know what that is, then come into happy baby posture. So you're going to bring your knees towards your chest. You can take hold of the ankles. You can take hold of the outer edges of your feet. You can take hold of your big toes. So you're encouraging your knees. You're encouraging your knees to move towards your armpits, towards the floor. The soles of the feet maybe face the ceiling. Releasing your lower back. Breathing slowly in that shape. Fantastic. And then when you're ready to release, you can slowly releasing, yeah. And then we're going to come into Shavasana. So, yeah, I'm going to come in Shavasana for the last 10 or so minutes. So what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to spread out through your legs. Make sure you have a little bit of space between the legs. Space between your upper arms and your torso. And then just move your shoulder blades under your back. So your chest and the front of the body is open. The back and the center of your head nicely resting on the earth, on the ground. Relax your legs. Your legs surrender towards the ground. Your belly and your pelvis rise and fall with your breath, with your breathing. The mind begins to soften. The mind begins to become quiet. Feeling the pulse of your heart. Resonating through the whole of your body. Feeling the pulse of your heart. Relax your face, the skin on your face, all the muscles on your face. Relax your eyes. Relax the corners of your mouth and your lips. Relax the root of your tongue. Relax your upper jaw and lower jaw. Relax your throat. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Gently letting go of your arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, The hands and the fingers soften. Relax your effort. Allowing your breath to become steady, smooth. Relax your feet, soles of your feet. Relax your toes. Relax your ankle. Relaxing the legs. Relax your whole body. Allow your awareness to relax. To your whole body, moving into a state of relaxation. Gently dropping into stillness. Gently dropping into stillness. As your body becomes still, fluctuations of your mind begin to become still. As your mind becomes still, your body begins to become still. gently, slowly, bringing your awareness back into your body. Start to become aware of sounds in your environment. Start to become aware of the space your body occupies. And then slowly start to deepen your breathing. Start to deepen your breathing. And then when you're ready to move, you can start to move your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. And then in your own time, you can take a nice deep stretch. Stretching the arms, stretching the legs, feet. And then when you're ready to, you can roll onto one side and gently coming up from your side. We just come up to sit for a moment. We can bring our hands into this is the mudra of greeting, the mudra of honoring. We take a moment to greet and to honor friends, colleagues, sharing friends and colleagues who are sharing this practice. We greet and we honor the situation that has been presented to us today. And we greet and we honor the beloved within our heart. We take the palms and we just bring them above the head, peace above, and then peace all around. And most importantly, peace in the heart. We can bring the palms to the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Enjoy your Tuesday. Have a lovely Tuesday. Thank you very much.
Thanks, fella.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fella.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was lovely.
Thank you.
That was really great, Fella. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just kindly remind you that Fella's a professional yoga teacher, and we're very happy to be providing classes for free, but donations are always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Dan.
Gracias, Fela.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sweta, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye, Isabella. Sam, did you play tennis?
I played tennis at 6 o'clock in the morning every day this week so far.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. Cycling, tennis, yoga, I'm loving it. It's great.
I'll have to join you.
London Fields now.
Sorry?
Playing in the London Fields court.
Hackney Downs.
Oh yeah, nice.
London Fields is only 2 courts. It's super busy. We have to get up at 6 to play because there's so many people want to play.
Oh wow. You should come and play. Come up here and play. We've got 2. Well, actually, our courts aren't open yet. We've got 2 courts in our estate.
Where's that?
Golden Lane.
Where's that?
Top end of Old Street.
Oh, okay.
Next to the Barbican.
Ooh.
When
Oh,
they
yeah,
open, I'll let you know. We've got 2 really nice AstroTurf courts. When they open, I'll let you know. You can come and play.
Yeah, sounds good. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that was great.
You feeling better, Anne?
Yeah, still painful on that bit of my back.
Oh.
So I'm being careful.
Talk to Fella. Yeah, maybe Fella can give you a tip.
With your back.
Yeah, I think I've overstretched it probably from yoga.
Okay.
But so I was being careful today. But,
Yeah, good to be careful every day.
yeah, yeah, that's true. I actually did have a fall and I wasn't being careful, so that's probably what started it off.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll
Yeah.
survive. Sam,
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, do you know Adrian Fisk?
Ooh, I don't think so. Maybe.
He's a photojournalist and he lives very near to where your boat is.
Ah,
And you probably, he's always on the canal walking up and down.
I've probably seen him. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, because I met Raj through Adrian.
Okay. Yeah.
So we should put you two together.
Yeah, do tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him to say hello. We're on the. He probably walks past the boat every day, I'm imagining.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called the Mutinous Teutonus, but it's right opposite the gas tower things.
I know where you mean. Gasworks. The Mutinous something.
Yeah, Mutinous Teutonus. It's dark blue and light blue colour.
Okay.
What are you up to today, Sam?
Oh, I don't know. I've got a few bits and pieces to do. Why? What are you doing?
I don't know. I was going to go to the park to do some handstands later.
That sounds great. Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay.
What sort of time?
No, what are you thinking? Like
4-ish? 5-ish?
say 5. Yeah, it's cooler.
Where are you going to, you two? London Fields or
I'll have me.
Hackney Downs? That's better.
No, there's no hipsters there.
Yeah. I've just seen a post from a friend of mine. She lives down on, at the top of Pritchard's Road.
Yeah.
Just before Hackney Road, there's that estate on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
She's lived on there for 19 years. She runs a charity. Really nice girl, sort of, British Muslim girl. She's really great. She runs this amazing charity for young people, training them up. And she's just posted this. I've lived on my estate for 19 years in Tower Hamlets on the cusp of Hackney. The demographics changed to almost exclusively house well-off, young, healthy people who in lockdown have begun to totally ignore social distancing in the courtyard. I've posted on our estate page about this and the reasons why it must stop, including the facts about which people are more impacted by COVID. I simply use the words white, wealthy, middle class, and it's caused a backlash. Signs I drew up and posted with an elder on the estate reminding of the guidance around social distancing have today been ripped off.
Whoa.
Facebook exchanges yesterday had one person accused that facts around BME and those from lower socioeconomic communities being especially vulnerable to COVID were not to be trusted. Right now, there's another gathering of the people who've begun to ignore me in the courtyard. For the first time living here, I simply don't want to anymore. It's very hard being a minority in a place I've called home for so long.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
It's like Ballard. It's like a high-rise in Hackney. Madness.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it? Yeah. Oof.
Anyway, on that cheery note. see you guys. I'm going to run, but I'll make Fela host, and then you guys.
Thanks, Fela.
See you later, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.